So I thought the Devils were looking pretty dangerous on paper, and so far they've proved me right. And don't get me wrong, 2 wins over Buffalo doesn't have me convinced they're going to be a superior hockey team this year, but their top to bottom on paper depth doesn't have me doubting it either, and it's undeniable. Let's just take a look. So this is a top to bottom depth chart for the Devils, okay? First thing that comes to mind is that this D is stacked, maybe the deepest depth on defense in the league, or at least right up there with Boston and Vegas, okay? So they're 2-0 right now. Again, it's just Buffalo, but they fucking breezed through them without Pesce or Hughes, all right? As far as the forwards go, I had a feeling that Paul Cotter was going to be special, and he's already looking slick in the New Jersey colors with 2 goals and 3 points in the first 2. Even when he was on Vegas, I saw streaks of magic in him. Problem was, he was playing for fucking Vegas, so his opportunity to play any kind of role, even in that top 9, was always overshadowed by the Vegas vets. I've got this feeling that Cotter is going to have a coming-out year this year in New Jersey. Looking up at that first line, it's just about as stacked as it gets from a speed, skill, and scoring perspective. You pretty much know what you're going to get, and Meyer, I have a feeling, is going to have a better year than he's had over the last few. Now, the second line also could be pretty lethal. I mean, we know what we're going to get from Hischier. The big question is, can Mercer return to who he was 2 years ago, maybe even better? And of course, can Tatar do the exact same thing, return to who he was in 2022 for the Devils? Then you got your third line of Cotter, Haula, and Palat. Again, about as solid as line 3s can come. Then you got Nason bringing the occasional goal to line 4, combined with that physical presence from him, Bastian, McDermott, and Lazar. And then you got Markey in the pipes, who's just an absolute fucking gamer. I mean, look, boys, it's pretty rare for me where I look at a team from line 1 to line 4, from D pair 1 to D pair 3 to the goalies in the pipes. I don't think there's one change that I would make with this team. And that's rare, because even on good hockey teams, there's always like 1 or 2 little suggestions or little tweaks that I would make. I don't have any of that with this team. And I mean, look, it's too early to know. Like, it's just too early. They look good on paper. They're 2-0 against a team that really isn't much of a test. The big question here is going to be, can Keefe get these guys to work together and have each individual playing their absolute best hockey? And I don't know the answer to that question. But what I know for fucking sure is if he can do that, I know this team is going to be trouble, and I'd have to say they're probably my dark horse team that could maybe even take the East. We'll have to see. That's a little lofty. This team looks fucking good. If you stuck through that whole video, I owe you a fucking beer. If you enjoyed it a lot, maybe consider subscribing, because we got a lot more like this coming, boys. The season's starting up, and so is the TFS choo-choo train. Woo!